everyone, it's Sharonda from Payorwait, and today I'm going to be reviewing and recapping Yellowjackets Season 2, Episode 2, Edible Complex. So, we have finally made it to the episode where we figure out how the young girls became cannibals while they were trapped out in the wilderness. And I know what y'all thinking, Sharonda, before you get into this recap, are you going to watch the whole episode? I did see Shayna eating Jackie's ear, which I was just like, girl, you didn't want to like saute it a little bit, boil it a little bit, put some herbs and spices on it, like a little nice little wilderness seasoning blend. I don't know, but you know what? To each their own. They hungry. She's 7 months pregnant. We don't know what's going on with Shauna, y'all. She having a rough time. We see that she's still talking to imaginary Jackie, and I'm just still trying to understand, like, how she's just eating this raw flesh. How is she even chewing through it? Because let's be honest, like, Jackie's body has to be frozen solid at this point. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, this not cold. Like, it's not too hard to chew. Like, how is she chewing it? Am I thinking too deep into it? I'm probably thinking too deep into it. But still, like, how are you chewing a frozen corpse? Or how are you even cutting in a frozen corpse? But hey, to each their own. That's your business, how you want to eat your food, okay? So we see that, Ty is kind of just like, y'all, I feel like we gotta help fix her life. We gotta do an intervention. We have to do something. And it seems like everybody else is kind of like, okay, y'all, it is getting a little bit out of hand. It's been 2 months. She's pregnant. She's like out there in the cold all day talking to her, risking getting hypothermia, pneumonia, getting sick, like hurting the baby. Like, maybe we should do something about this. But Lottie's like, no, let her grieve. And I'm just like, Lottie. Let her, no, this is not okay anymore, right? So we see that Ty smells something. She was like, what is that smell? And she was like, girl, we ain't had no shower, and so we've been trapped out in the wilderness. We all smell. But they were like, nah, this is a different type of smell. This is a bother my spirit type of smell. And then we realized that someone went number 2 in the pee bucket, but it had me thinking, what if it was Ty that went number 2 in the pee bucket and she don't remember? But also too, I was just like, how is someone taking a whole number 2 and y'all don't smell it, y'all don't see it, like y'all all sleep in the same room? I mean, I know Ty and Van sleeps in a different room, but I was just kind of like, I don't see how people could really would have time to do this without someone noticing or hearing. Maybe it was a very quiet number 2. I don't know, but we see that when Van and Ty go to sleep, Van wakes up and she sees that Ty is missing. Ty is just walking out in the wilderness in the cold, like no real outside coat on. And so Van sees her tracks. She follows her, and we see that Ty sees someone, and that's who she's like kind of walking after. And then right before she almost makes it to the edge of the cliff, Van gets her, grabs her, and just like, ooh, child, that was too much for my spirit. I was just like, honey, we got to do a better job at however you time. I don't know how the hell she broke through it. Did she use her teeth to break through? Because even she was like, girl, how did you get out of the rope? She was like, sis, I don't know. I was asleep. How? Asking me these questions. And like, I know the answers. Like, oh, let me go ask my sleepwalking portion of myself. What did they do to escape? But I'm happy that she caught her. Van was clearly scared because even Ty was like, I can feel your heart beating. She's like, yeah, bitch, you scared me. Like, you literally almost just jumped to your death. Like, yes, I'm scared. Can't nobody hide that. So we see that where she caught her, there was like a symbol on a tree. So I don't know what's happening. It's still this whole secret of what is happening in the wilderness. What is this? Is it a spirit? Is it a person? I don't know. I guess that's why we got to keep watching to find the answers for it. But we see that Van wants Ty to talk to Lottie. Ty was like, hell to the no. I'm not going to talk to her, but I didn't think that was a bad idea because she did help Travis. Like, I mean, at this point, what else can we do? You sitting up here like sleepwalking, and it's starting to get more dangerous each time you get away. So Ty found Jackie's body, and she had it. She was like, y'all, no. This girl put makeup on her. She'd been braiding her hair. Like, she been like putting her body in different positions. Like, this is not okay. It is time to stop. Okay, Lottie tried to get in the middle of it. She was like, no, I've had it. She was like, look at that body. You tell me that this is okay. Go look at her body. So I think everybody was just like, yeah, girl, it's becoming a bit much. Like, I tried to ride for you and say that you needed your time, but now it's a bit much. Like, I don't know how am I supposed to just take up for you after seeing the state of Jackie's body right now? It just doesn't make sense. Now, so Ty comes with this idea to cremate the body. Shauna's against it, but she's like, girl, you're pregnant. Like, this is not healthy anymore. It's not okay. I need you to figure it out. But what really had me mad this episode was how Natalie was so, it's like, I don't think it comes from a good place. I feel like she just wanted attention from Travis. And so because Travis so hell-bent on finding Javi, and because this is why it's leading him and Lottie to become closer, because Lottie still believes that Javi is alive, and I believe that Javi is alive at this point, that she basically took a pair of Javi's pants, she cut herself, put blood on it, and then basically like made it seem like she found it while they were hiking to make Travis believe that Javi was dead. I think this is hella disrespectful. It's so selfish. It's just peak Natalie and what she would do, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like it at all. So we see that before they make this decision to cremate Jackie's body, we see that people are like fighting over Jackie, like, hey, let's take her clothes. And I was like, yeah, because what y'all finna do? What's she gonna do with her clothes? She did. Like, yeah, y'all need a jacket. She wearing a jacket. She got other clothes to keep people warm, but Shauna wasn't having it. Lottie ends up stopping her, and she gives her Jackie's necklace, and it seems to kind of like chill her out for a while. So we see that, Javi and Natalie come back to the camp, and they see, Javi's pants, and then Lottie's like, I don't know what that is, but Javi's still alive. And so Natalie's like, no, you're not going to mess this up for me, Lottie. That's not what she said, but I'm just saying that's pretty much what she was thinking. So she told Lottie, like, girl, you need to chill. You need to have several seats, okay? Let me do this. Ain't nobody got time for your conspiracy theories, because to her, she didn't even go to the blessing. She just doesn't believe, in Lottie. And so she's just like, I'm not having this. So we see that Shauna ends up saying words to Jackie. She kind of accepts that she needs to let go of her body. And so she starts the fire to cremate her. And then we see that, I'm not going to lie. Let me go back a moment. She's like, I'm not going to have another friend like you. I was like, another friend that you can eat is still her man. Ooh, I had to say it. I'm sorry. When she said it, that's exactly what I was thinking. And don't act like you weren't thinking it either, okay? So we see that Travis lets go of Javi. He puts the fake pants in the fire, and it's just like, goodbye, Javi. And I guess this worked, because then we see him with Natalie. They get it on in the boom boom room, and I was like, is he not gonna see her wound? But I don't know if she put her pants down all the way, just enough so he can get in. Stop, Sharonda. You are better than this. Okay. So she was getting her back blown out, right? Now, while we're doing this, he starts seeing Lottie, and I was like, hold on. Is he envisioning Lottie while he's smashing Natalie? Like, what is actually happening here? So, yeah, that's pretty much what was happening. So in the midst of all of this, we see the wilderness said, oh, hell to the no. We not done with Jackie's body, yo. She has greater purpose, all right? So the wilderness sends like a chill that makes the snow hit the little cremation, and it turns into like a little slow roast, a little human body flesh roast. Baby, whatever it was, baby, she hasn't been smelling good, okay? And then I was like, is she considered dark meat or white meat? And then is it like charbroiled? Like, what's going on? All I know is that Jackie's body had to be really roasting, because when I say that smell woke everybody up out of their sleep, they said, oh, honey, what is this smell? It's giving it's time to eat. It's giving dinner's here, all right? Baby, they went out, they stared at that body. Baby, they went to town, honey. Went to town. I was like, they are hungry at this point. So I guess Shauna was on to something. Sometimes you have to be an innovator, a creator. And so I guess that's what was going to happen. But what else I guess the clothes burnt away. Like, wouldn't they be eating some of her clothes? I don't know. I know I'm thinking too deep into it, but baby, I know she was good. Had that nice little crisp charbroil on the top of her. Oh, Jackie. I know she was tasting good. I wonder did they lick the bones. Okay, let me stop, because I'm going to hell for all of this. The coach wasn't having it. Like, he was like, should I? This don't look right. I'll go sit this one out. So let's talk about Shauna, because Shauna kind of getting on my nerves. So we saw Callie punk behind. She saw the ID because she just want to be so nosy. She just want to know so much. I feel like she's going to end up snitching. But to be honest, I feel like, actually, no, it's going to be Callie to get them in trouble. But Shauna going to get them in trouble too because I don't know what she's doing either. So her daughter's being super annoying. And, you know, she's still being rude to Shauna. Shauna talking about, I want to spend time with you. You my daughter. You growing up. And I'm just like, I mean... Actually, I'm going to keep that to myself because I done already said a couple of things that's going to send me straight to the pits of hell. So she ends up, Callie breaks up with her boyfriend, and then we see that Kevin stops by to ask Shauna some questions about Adam. And then she was like, hey, like, do you know him? And she was like, yeah, like, you know, we got to a fender bender. And then, you know, he was being he was being rude. He didn't want to give me his assurance, but I didn't really talk to him. He was like, really? Because you have so many messages going back and forth or calls. I was like, I was like, Shauna, you chill out. And then he was like, Callie interrupts and saves her because, baby, she's gonna crash and burn, just like Misty said she would. And so she saves her, like, hey, like, were we supposed to go to the store? And then he was like, okay, well, you know, I'll let you know if you need to come down and answer more questions. And she's like, well, do I need a lawyer? He was like, why would you ask that? And I was like, girl, she said only say you need a lawyer if they interrogating you at the police station. You sitting up here drawing more attention to yourself. Even Callie was like, you are so dumb, okay? So we see that Kevin's suspicious of her at this point. We see that Callie goes to a bar with one of her friends, and then she sees this guy. They start flirting. His name is Jay, going through a tough time with his parents as well. I was like, oh, okay, girl, go ahead, get your back blown out by somebody new, because I know your little high school boyfriend wasn't doing nothing for you anyway. Actually, I don't even know if they smashed yet. They were smashing probably. Like, you spending the night and stuff, like, you probably getting your back blown out. But that's besides the point. She meets Jay. Then we find out Jay is one of Kevin's partners, or one of the officers. They work together, and he's basically going undercover to try to get more information, which is so disrespectful. But I cannot wait to see how this plays out. Now, Jay did have a point with Kevin, like, are you too close to this? Because I was just like, I mean, yeah, like, you are very close to this. But I can't wait to see what's going to happen on the police front with Shauna, because she ain't good in lying. I know her husband probably not good in lying either. But I think Misty going to have a boo thing, y'all, because we see Misty keeps calling Ty, who's ignoring all of her messages and phone calls. And so she's on Reddit trying to figure out how to hack this security camera. And then she's going back and forth with old dude who has all these theories about Adam. He got her so heated that she sitting up here making typos. You know, you be trying to curse somebody out on the internet. You be so mad that you got typos and you pissed because you can't go back and edit it. I just felt that from a personal level. But she ends up going to work, and then, you know, we see Elijah Wood. I was like, oh damn, I forgot that he was gonna be on this season. We see that he's bringing his mother, you know, to the nursing home. He's asking all these questions, and then when he walked by, he gave Misty this like crazy look. I was like, oh, that creeped me out, but clearly it did something to Misty, honey. She sees his note. It has no actual words on it, but then she gets a flashlight. She sees what he said. He's impersonated an FBI officer and found someone at the motel that they can interrogate. So he invites Misty to join. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen with them, because they're both so quirky and weird. And I know she probably going to get her back blown out by his character. But I'm very excited to see what they do next episode as they're like going on this little mystery together. But let's talk about Natalie, because so Natalie was being very shady. When she said, she was like, Lottie, last time I heard you was in a loony bin doing paint time. And then she was like, oh, and now you in the cult. And she was like, well, that's funny, honey, because the last thing that I heard about you is you was getting out of rehab for the 5th time. I said, gag her, Lottie, sitting up here talking all this mess like you got a clean past, okay? That's why we don't judge people, all right? Got her all the way together. Now, Lottie, I was kind of like, how is burying somebody like a therapeutic treatment, but like to each their own? So she basically tells her like, hey, the reason that you got kidnapped was when, you know, I knew when you found out about Travis dying that you probably made, you know, some poor choices, be in a dark place. And of course I was right. So I had people watching you. And when they saw that you put the gun in your mouth, that's when they went and came and got you. So she tells her about what happened that night. So she said Travis calls her and basically says the wilderness came back for him to haunt him, and he knew what he had to do. So she got scared. She said she drove to go find Travis. Travis was talking about how he needs to get close to death in order to see a sign so he could get some answers. But Lottie was like, baby, I don't think this is the way, okay? So she calmed him down, and then, he fell asleep. She fell asleep, but while she was asleep, he woke up, got in his car, drove to his job, left a note with his bank account information, and left a note saying that, Natalie was right, which is why she told her that at the end of last week's episode. So we see what she said when she got there. Like, he had put the little candles out in the little symbol, and then he was going to hang himself until he went unconscious. But I was like, so if you was going to hang yourself until you went unconscious, how was you going to get down? Am I tripping? Like, I was like, sir, how is that going to happen? How is that supposed to work? So she said, I'm not going to help you. And he was like, he basically convinces her to help. So he goes up, he passes out, and then she say the button got stuck. I said, B, do you believe that story? Even Dad was like, girl, that don't even sound right. Like, what? It got stuck? Who was the dead body that she saw walking towards her, though? And then how did his body get even higher once she came out of, like, that trance and seeing the body and the little images? How his body get even higher? Was she pushing him up higher? Is that what the little thing, whatever that we don't know what it is, made her do? I don't know, but clearly, like, I wasn't buying it. I don't even know Lottie was buying that story. And then Natalie definitely wasn't buying the story. So she packed everything up and then she just left him there. I just felt like that was very disrespectful, but okay. But then we see that Natalie has this flashback as she's laying down, and then she sees that a man is in a shadow as they were like taking her to bring her to Lottie's community, because we can't call it a cult. And I think it's Javi. I don't know, but I think it's Javi. Y'all let me know who y'all think it is, but I'm pretty positive it's Javi. So Ty is still working nonstop. And, we see that Sammy comes home and she's like, how did you get here? And he's like, I walked home from school. I just wanted to see you. And I wanted to see the dog. And I said, somebody, please come save Steve. I ain't forgot about you, Steve. So she tells Simone, like, hey, Sammy came here after school. Just letting you know, don't freak out on me. She's like, Beach, I'm on my way because I definitely don't trust you with our son. And so then when they get there, the door is locked. And she's like, Beach, why is the door locked if you knew I was coming? Like, have it make sense. They go to the room, Sammy missing, the window open and stuff. So I was like, damn, girl, you did not just lose this kid on your watch. So they in the car, and then Simone gets a phone call from the school. And the school's like, Beach, where y'all at? Like, he been here for the past 2 hours. And then she looking like, 2 hours? And I'm like, 2 hours? And Ty like, So then all of a sudden she's like, Ty, you need help. And then Ty like had that looked like, Beach, this ain't me, this the other me. And then she sped up. They got into a car accident. And I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Because somebody still got to pick Sammy up from school. Because, like, he's still going to be there. Obviously, y'all not going to make it. So I don't know what's going to happen. But Ty really does need to get help. I don't know what's going to happen with that. We saw that she was taking medicine. But I don't know what that medicine was for, like, earlier in the episode. But I really hope after this that she does seek help. I don't even know if Simone realized that she was speeding up and caused the accident. So I don't know what's going to happen. She definitely going to lose custody. And definitely not getting back with Simone ever. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I felt like the young versions of them have better storylines this episode. I would be more interested to see what happens with Misty and Elijah Wood's character, his little Reddit guy. But yeah, I feel like things get answered, and then I have just as many more questions, like the questions double after I get a little bit of answers, and I have 15 million more questions. But overall, I'm still tuned in. It's only the second episode, so I can't wait to see what happens when we get to see Misty and her little Reddit boo, them do their little interrogation. I hope they know they're going to go to jail for impersonating the officer, but hey, it is what it is. But I'm very interested to see what happens. I hope we get more flashbacks about what happens after they were rescued. But yeah, so far so good. I'm okay. We got the answer to how cannibalism started this episode. I'm pretty positive Javi's alive, and Javi's somewhere with Lottie at that little community retreat camp, whatever she want to call it, because we can't call it a cult. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think that the mysterious man was Javi? Let me know in the comment section below. Is Natalie trash for lying to Travis like this and their younger versions in the wilderness? But those are pretty much my thoughts. on Yellowjackets Season 2, Episode 2, Edible Complex. As always, my name is Sharona from Payorwait, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again, bye.